I had a conversation just a little while ago with a new salesperson who works for a large consulting company, and they offer a lot of services. And he was overwhelmed by the amount of services that he had to learn about and be able to talk fluently about with prospective customers, totally unsure. He asked me, where do I start? I'll provide my answer in today's video. This is fairly common, where a new salesperson is overwhelmed by the volume of products or services that they need to represent out in the marketplace. They don't know where to start. What should I sell? And how do I sell it? Who do I sell it to? How do I present the benefits of this product or this service? This was the question that was posed to me by this new salesperson. And what I said to him is, one, I recommend that you really look at the whole menu and think about which services do you feel most comfortable representing to begin with. No company expects you to sell the entire stack right from the beginning. That's very rare. And you should have been clear about that in the interview process if they expect you to learn every product. And if they do, then they must have a comprehensive training program to take you through that. In this case, he didn't. So when I said, do you think you could just represent a few of the services? He said, yeah, that's probably okay. So start there by picking out a few of the services that you feel most comfortable with and really study those services and understand them. And think about a few things. One, who in your company sells those services well? They can be your trainer, mentor, partner, whatever you want to call it. Go to that person to understand how they sell those services. Two, find out which customers have purchased those services and see if you can talk with them. Of course, you're going to need to get permission from your manager or the account rep that sells to that customer. But chances are you'll be able to get these permissions, especially if it's a happy customer, to talk with them for a few minutes. Because the best thing that you can know is what customers think about that service and why they bought that service and what benefits they get from that service. That is usually much better than anything you could come up with. Using their language with prospective customers is usually a great move. Okay, that's idea number two. Idea number three, based on the services you chose, the benefits that flow to a client who buys those services, who is the most likely buyer of those services? When you think about the customers who have already bought, they are of certain job titles. Who are they? What titles are they? Because then you have an even greater sense of what their problems might be. Like, for example, if it was an IT director, well, what are the problems that IT directors seem to face in the industry that tends to buy your services? Because then that helps you to formulate a pitch, because he wasn't sure, like, how's he going to pitch even the services that he's come to offer? So if he knows the title of a person who's likely to buy it, he can get a sense of what their challenges are and how the services he's chosen may address those challenges. Okay? And then 4, based on interviews with the customers, conversations with the salespeople who sell those services well now, ideas about who might be most likely to buy these services and what might be their challenges, you should start to formulate your pitch. And with that pitch, you would go to your manager and role play with your manager with the pitches that you've formulated for the services that you've chosen. Because now that you have a compact list, you should be able to become very comfortable with representing those services. And of course, you should have done your studying to understand the services top to bottom, because you're not trying to understand the whole menu, right? You've whittled it down. So role play with your manager, and also role play with the salesperson who's your mentor, trainer, partner, etc., and see what they think. Chances are their feedback's going to be a little bit different than your manager's feedback. And then you can go out and try it. Try it with some prospective customers. How to find those prospective customers is a whole nother video. But the point is, now that you feel comfortable, you should go out and practice with real customers to see what's working. And that's after incorporating the feedback that you receive from your manager and the other salesperson at the company. I hope these 4 ideas that I've shared here, that I shared with that newer salesperson, help you if you're in this type of situation where you're overwhelmed by all of the different offerings your company has for you to sell in your new role. If this has helped you, let me know. Like the video, comment on it, and share it with other people who could be helped who are in new sales roles. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you haven't checked out my new online sales course, which could really help you be a much better salesperson in a much shorter time than waiting for weekly videos to come out on this channel and reading books at random and so forth, consider checking it out. The link to the sales page for the course is down below, so you can check it out. If you have any questions about the course and how it might help you, email me at michael@buildandbalance.com or your questions about sales, which may be answered in a future video. Best wishes to you.